This is Drop Tent Media Network.
I think that I've been found out because I remember recently when I've been home working from home. One day I work in like a dining room. That's where the table is. And then one random day, I might have been beaten off, and I don't know if they heard it, but like one random day, I just had a box of tissue sew up on the table.
We're dating.
All right. We're dating.
We're dating.
It's me, Alejandro Morales.
And me, Rachel Peters.
And we're back for another episode of We're Dating.
Woo.
A show about dating and relationships and sex.
And you've known by now. Hi, Alejandro's mom.
Yes, hi to everybody's mom. Rachel, why don't you introduce our esteemed guest today?
Yeah, our guest is Michael Beavers. He hosts Open Mic with me, and also he was the Philly's Funniest Runner-Up 2023.
Ooh. Thank you. Glad to be here. Hello. Welcome.
Feels very late night talk show. Who's our guest today? All right.
Well, that's what we're going for, isn't it?
Yeah. Late night talk show mixed with just getting shit faced on a Friday night with
being horny, coming home horny. I think that's
this is a really good introduction to this episode. We're talking self-love.
Yes.
Real horny.
Taking care of business.
And taking care of yourself.
Yes, absolutely. It is all about self-care and being good to yourself.
Yeah, honestly. For real.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
It's a lot like masturbating. I don't know where to begin.
Yeah. I believe in it. I believe in the power of it. I believe that it's good for prostate health. I read that.
It's also good for depression.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
It's good for hangovers.
Oh, for sure.
It's
all of these things. I mean, I just thought it makes me feel good for about 15 seconds, and then after that, it's over.
And then you cycle. No, it's like apparently it's really good for like hangovers. It's good for depression. It's good for writer's block.
Oh, is it?
See, interesting. Well, I mean, I do have this thing where like I'll be at work. And like it'll be hard. I'll get this hard on, and it's hard for me to focus. And I just gotta be like, if I'm gonna continue with the rest of the day, it just gotta go. I gotta get one out. So,
are you admitting to jerking off at work?
Yeah. And no, if I'm at home, work from home.
Oh,
yeah.
Nah, I'm not doing it in the office. That's ridiculous.
I would just like both of you to admit a camera.
No, because like first off, my bathroom at work is way too far away. You know, the bathroom, I gotta walk all the way across the floor, you know, to be able to go. Like, but at home, I'm just at the computer. It just it has to be. You know,
that's one of the perks of working from home is, you know, I get frustrated sometimes with something going on at work. I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna jerk off about it.
Yeah.
I gotta, right.
And then back to work.
I love how the jerk off break has now replaced the cigarette break. Nobody smokes cigarettes anymore.
Well,
it's bad for you.
People need a break.
Yeah.
You know, and my thing is like, I was wondering if this, because does your body, I mean, in what ways does your body know the difference between sex and masturbation? You know, like,
or does it?
Or does it?
Ooh, mine does.
Because you're not coming during sex.
Whoa,
right?
No. Well, okay, no, it's like so like usually I come during foreplay.
Do you?
Oh, yeah. I've had a couple fun discoveries in my later days. Like from like 28 on, I've been like killing it with the cum game. And then from like about 17 to like 28, I was just like annoyed. I like when I was like younger and guys weren't making me come and I was just too shy to tell them, I would just be like, you know, let's have fun. Like whatever you want to do. And then like I was like, yeah, sex is when, you know, the guy has fun for 30 minutes and, you know, you're laughing.
All right.
And then
and this is why like there's too many guys, like these guys are really going around thinking that they did the job. Like they really accomplished something.
Yeah.
And they have this false sense of confidence with everybody they go, and it's wrong. It's morally reprehensible. The fact that they think that they're doing a good job.
Yeah.
Like it skews our whole perception of everything.
How many, like, I will say, I definitely feel like I had a really good, like, grift going for a long time with dudes. They would be like, yeah, but if I have ever high-fived you after sex, then you did not make me come.
Oh, wow. What a passive-aggressive high swipe. Ouch.
Hey, buddy.
Oh.
So it's like, I mean, because that sounds so sarcastic. Like, I couldn't imagine like that, because that's some real friend zone behavior. We get a high five.
Yeah.
You know, Like not even a hug, not even like just a high five. Like, there was nothing more degrading and humiliating than that. When she was like,
well, yeah, but so many dudes in college are just like, hell yeah. And I'm like, what's up, bro? But yeah, no, I don't think it was until like I was 28 that I like figured out. I'm like, all right. I just had a boyfriend who was really good with context clues.
Oh.
I had somebody listen to my stand-up once.
Mm-hmm.
And then afterwards, he was like, yeah, well, in that joke, you say this punchline. And so I knew that's how I could make you come. And I was like,
you talking about the Blitzkrieg, John?
Yes. Yeah.
That's one of my favorite punchlines. I knew she was talking about immediately. That's one of my favorite punches.
Wow.
A series of repetitive attacks in a localized area.
Yes.
Yes.
The Blitzkrieg. I was like, bro, I knew it. I was like,
right. Like, honestly, like anybody who ever, nobody wants to hook up with you after a show. I mean, maybe you. Has anybody ever tried to hook up with you after a show?
Not really.
Yeah.
I mean, and they might have wanted to, but I'm so shy about that shit that like there's people that have tried to talk to me about it and they will be really excited about, oh, I really like this, I really like that, and they were smiling. And it's like, but I just never have had it in me to try to use like clout or in any type of way. Like I could have, like, you know, I was playing football, fraternity, but I just don't know how to do it.
Wow, noble.
I know, yeah, really. Give it.
I mean, it's for the experience. I kind of wish I had. Just
this
like,
pussy is compromised, and I shan't.
It makes me sound so virtuous, you know.
I know. Honestly, I do think of you as one of the more virtuous Philly comedians.
People do say that. Women have said that, and it's like, and you know, I try to keep it low key and not be an asshole, you know, and I stay out of those figures. But yeah, I haven't done anything like that. I don't really try to mess around like that. I keep to myself.
Oh,
you know?
good for you.
But there was the closest thing that happened to like there was one time like I did an open mic and there was some girl, female, who did her first. I'm saying, I'm sorry. Why did I say three? Female woman. Wrong. Yeah. Like all those first two were wrong. She's not a girl. She's not a female. Female is not a noun. You know what I'm saying? I know that, but like. So she was like, she said she did her first set. I thought she was doing the first set, but you know, I didn't think she was gonna actually keep doing, you know, she was just doing it one. I thought she was just messing around. I went up, I killed, I talked about getting my ass eaten for like 3-4 minutes. That was back when I was doing it when I was new to the game. It was like 2021.
New to ass eating or
getting my ass ate. Yeah, I'm still very inexperienced with this. But I was like, I talked about this murder, and then we got each other's Instagram afterwards, and then. And you were really funny, And then one time I had a show. It was like my first ever show I got booked on. She's like, "Oh, I want to come to this." And then it got canceled because of a COVID variant or something like that.
Okay.
But she was like, I was like, "You can still come." And then she was like, "Okay, cool. I'll meet you there." And I was like, "Wait, I didn't mean you could come. I meant you could just go to the bar because it's a nice bar. I didn't mean I was gonna meet you there." But then I kind of got in my head. I'm like, "Oh, she wants to meet." And then we ended up meeting at this bar. And it was actually another bar. I told her to come to the bar closer to me. And then we ended up going home after that. And you know, things happened. And then that was like the closest thing. I thought I had my first chuckle fucker after this moment. But it turns out, after this happened, I started seeing her at every open mic. I was like, God damn it, you're not a chuckle fucker, you're just a comic.
Yeah, you fucked a comic.
Like, God damn it.
We've all made that mistake. I think everyone here is hooked up with a comic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Did you hook up with the comic that's like out or in the or low DL? Because I imagine there gotta be DL comic.
It was a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Okay.
You know, just like comedians are just extremely secretive about their sex and dating lives. Like you can just go like years. That's how good it is that you just don't know. People date and fuck and they have these long affairs and people never know. So,
you had a long affair.
No. I did not have a long affair. I had a one night stand, but it's not common knowledge.
Yeah. Good for you.
Sure. Yeah.
I like a DL. I like a good sexy comedy secret, but I don't have those because I talk about sex all the time on stage.
You're very open and transparent. Very open.
I once got the note, "You're almost wise when it comes to sex," and I'm like, "Well, you've clearly not had sex with me." But anyway, yeah, no, I like it's usually if anything, I keep people away because they're like, you're going to talk about me. So I'm not going to.
I remember that joke you said, like, don't sleep with a comic because if you want to make fun of how little their dick is, you can't when they're in the audience or something like along those lines.
No, it's not the size of the boat. It's the motion of the ocean.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like I would even know. Is
it though? Because I don't know. People always say that, but
there is this. It's hard to get to England in a rowboat.
Wow. You know, and that's why sometimes you got to take care of business on your own, right?
Exactly.
Again, making this motion like I have any idea what to do with this. Like I have any idea how this works. I don't know.
Just like, I know it starts here. I've heard enough.
I mean, okay, so places you can go with that. You know, I don't know how they would like it.
All right, so let me put it to you, Michael. This is something that I tell this story sometimes with friends, and half the time they know what I'm talking about. After half the time, they're like, "This is crazy." When I was a teenager, me and my friends would get together sometimes, not like every weekend, but like occasionally, and we'd watch somebody's parents like porn or whatever, and we would like put blankets over our laps and we would all jerk off together. But it was not a gay thing at all. It was not a gay thing. It was just like,
why'd you need to have a blanket?
Oh, because we were protecting our modesty.
Oh, you didn't want to, you didn't want to see each other's penis.
It was not a gay thing. It was. I was not out at the time. There was all presumably a room full of straight guys just having a little masturbation thon. And then we like see who finished first. It was like a ha ha ha. See again. So this is not a thing that you did.
Because you're talking. I mean, you're dating me a little bit because like you had to find your parents' porn. Like it was a lot. Like you really had to work. You really had to work for your smut back then.
We really did.
You really had to work and really try and put in effort. We just go on Google. It's just like it's right there. Big titty woman kissing other woman. You know, big titty woman takes dick. Like that's all of you.
You were being economical. You guys were being economical.
Yeah.
You had to jerk up together because you had to split the cost of the one VHS tape you would find.
So that was not like a thing that
no, the closest thing there was a time I remember being a sleepover. Okay. There was a sleepover that I went to when I was like maybe somewhere between ages 11 and 13. Yeah. And then like these dudes, like they pulled out their phone and started just watching some internet porn. And I was just cracking the fuck up. I was like, yo, you're really just watching porn right now. And I was like, I hadn't gotten into it. I didn't get into watching porn until 8th grade when I was 13. So I think it was before then. I was like 11 or 12. So I was like, I watched girls, like I watched the softcore. I would just the crude shit on I was like, yo, girls kissing. Ooh. You know, WWE divas, lesbians. Yes, I used to love the WWE. Yes, that was what corrupted me. WWE divas. That was my gateway into softcore porn, watching the WWE divas, because there's naked women in the ring with their titties out. And I'm like, yo, I used to watch that shit every Friday.
Was it full on titties? Because I don't know much about it's big boobied women. All right, it's big boobies.
And these are the new ones. Like it used to be like Vince McMahon used to have them kissing each other too. Ooh. They used to be storylines where like they were in like little love triangle, love relationships and shit. Some of them was attractive women. Like I was like, yo. That was when I'm like, yo, these girls are kissing each other. I'm like, oh shit.
You know I love how easy it is. Because I will say, you just find one chick that's like gonna kiss you, and you're like, yo, you want to ruin these boys' lives.
So you've done that in front of guys before? Like,
no. Well, it was okay. So like a couple times I've done it like as like a. All right, like let's give him something to talk about. But then once it was a girl I really liked, and we were at a party, and we just liked each other. Aww. So we were kissing, and these two dudes sat there watching us, and we were like, "Could you please give us some privacy?" And they're like, "You're in the hallway," and I was like, fair point.
So wait, you say you liked her, like you actually like had like feelings for her,
like,
not just like. And she got feelings for you too?
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's a cute little thing.
I love lesbian stories. I absolutely love. Like I hear about them. I just want to hear more. I want to hear all the details, like how it turned out. I want to hear everything about it. You know what I'm saying?
It feels like a lesbian movie when I do talk about it. But she was like conservative Christian.
Oh.
Had never kissed a girl before ever. And we were in an acting class together. And I remember just being like, I've always found you really impressive. And I think you're such a good actor. And like, I just wanted to be able to like live up to your expectation. And she was like, oh, shit. I just thought that you were a bullshitter and you never cared about anything you did. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm glad to change your mind. And we were at a party and she was a little drunk and I was a little drunk and she had never kissed anybody. And I was just like, anybody. But that night she had her first kiss and it was with one of our gay classmates. And she turned to me and I was just like, did you just kiss Nick? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, so you kissing people now? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, all right, can I kiss you? And she was like, sure. And then we started making out and then we made out for like 3 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's all that happened? Like,
no. Then we like dated for a while, pseudo dated.
Okay.
And then one day I was like having like a moment of sexuality crisis. And I was like, I have to leave. And she followed me. And then she told me she loved me. And then she slapped me in the face.
Nah, that's some real Lifetime shit right there, boy. That's some Hallmark Channel shit.
That is.
That was so confusing. I was like,
man,
I
because
don't know
look,
if I like this.
you really turned her against her friend. Like, I mean, like that point, like she had a whole set of values that you corrupted her, and now you're gonna corrupt her, and then you're just gonna leave her. I would feel mad too.
You know what though? Yeah, she was livid. But now, lesbian, living her best life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Good for her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy ending.
No, but that's a. I'm trying to tie it back to the theme.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? I think the weird thing is that like as hot as that was, I remember we only ever hooked up once, and I still towards the end. This is how I knew I'm pretty straight. I'm like on the Kinsey scale. It's like 1 to 6 or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
I think I'm probably more like a 2 or like a 3. Because even we're like making out, it's like getting fun, and I'm just like, all right, now bring the dick out.
Man, there was not even a strap, not even a dildo.
Well, we were both on our first venture. We're not prepared.
I mean, but like, I thought like
this isn't a dick. This is not a dick.
Just a little.
And if it is a dick, it's disappointing. I mean, no, it's you can't. No, it's not the size of the boat.
But I don't know. I heard women have talked about like, oh, like these have flexibility that a penis doesn't have, though. Like I remember the first time a woman told me I could go like this. I'm like, are you serious? Are you positive that I could bend my fingers in the vagina? I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then it was actually like a thing. I'm like, you sure that's not gonna scratch you? That's not gonna hurt you?
Wait, hold on. Does it work in the same way? Because I know, it's spongy. I'm trying to bring it then to buttholes. Like, does it work in the same way in a butthole? Can you flex your fingers in a butthole?
I mean, you can get a whole arm up to the elbow in a butthole if you want to. So yeah.
Okay, I guess.
I mean, not my butthole.
I mean, you're asking me like I'll be honest. I mean, you're assuming that I've had something in there, which is like
no, I'm assuming maybe you've put your fingers in one.
In a butthole. Yeah. I have not done that.
Okay.
I'm scared because I'm scared of what I'll find. I'm scared I'll find extra residue or some unwanted guest on my fingers. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'll stay away from that. I don't know why I just assumed you thought that it was my ass or whatever. Why did I assume that?
We were just like, well, no, not my butthole.
Yeah. I mean, I did have that once.
Have you ever had somebody toss a salad? Your salad?
Yes.
Nice.
Remember, I think I was saying, I talked about it on getting my ass eaten. Yes, I had that happen, back in the day. Because I don't know, you might not remember this. When I first started doing comedy, that was one of the main stories that I told about getting my ass eaten. Like, I told that story so many times. Like at Raven Lounge, especially, it killed at Raven Lounge talking about getting my ass eaten.
That's because Raven Lounge, you have to be the filthiest, most disgusting person you've ever been.
Yes,
it's a degenerate.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Degenerate moment.
So, but yeah, because this was back in like 2015, where
oh shit, you've been doing it that long.
I mean, I haven't really done it much since. If I'm being honest with you.
Are we talking about stand up or getting your ass eaten?
Getting my ass eaten.
Okay,
stand up was only 2021.
Okay.
Stand up was only 2021. Getting my ass eaten happened the one time where Janae Aiko had this line. You're like, you gotta eat the booty like groceries. And this is just now. Right. Ass eating is now like trending. It's on the come up. It's on Twitter. Everybody's wants to do it. And I don't know. I had this friend that wanted to do it. I'm like, you're gay for that. And I was like, how is it gay? It's a woman. He's like, no, it's not gay. And I'm like, I guess it's not. And then it was like. And then every woman is talking about like, oh, these men gotta eat our ass. They gotta eat our ass. And then men's guys like, we gotta eat ass now. We want you to ass. But I was like, I mean, I have an asshole too.
What if I check this out? Yeah,
I kind of want to see what the hype is about. So that's what I did. That's why I got a girl to get down there and do it.
Was the hype worth it?
Oh yes, absolutely. Okay.
Nice.
I think it was definitely worth the hype. I was sitting there and I was just like, just the sad, because I don't normally make that much noise during any tour. Just like, you know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, like it's not that common for me to do anything like that. But it was there, sublime.
It's sublime.
Yeah, so, and then. And then just somebody putting the fingers up there. I didn't expect that at all. That was another time a few years later. That was weird. That just felt like I was taking a shit. I was like, I got to go to the bathroom real quick. I'm like, oh, wait, no, that's just your fingers.
That's a preparation moment. Somebody has to give you a little bit of warning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't just.
Exactly. All right. Taking it back to the theme, though, are you okay? Are you a memory masturbator or are you a porn masturbator?
Porn.
Okay.
Absolutely porn.
Memory or porn?
A little bit of both. Bit of both. Yeah, memory is very strong. I've got some powerful encounters that I call upon in my mind's eye. Yes. So yeah, I do a little bit of both.
Yeah.
But then also with porn, like I'm finding out that I'm like becoming more and more ancient. Is that like I'm just watching the same porn that I've always watched?
I mean, you gotta stick with the hit because look, otherwise you could be wasting time. You're gonna watch some new videos. I'm like, man, this ain't even like you. If you, because look, I remember there's some porn that you could watch and then you can know exactly where you want to come. Like, you know exactly. I know some videos right now. I could fast forward and know exactly where I could bust my nut at. You know what I mean? That's what I got them say. I make my own profiles on. I got like 3 profiles.
You have profiles?
Yes,
Do you
X
pay for
videos.
porn?
No. Just free X videos, Pornhub, and Spank Bang. I got all 3 profiles. And I got my favorite videos saved. I'm like, all right, cool. Okay. So now I know, 17 minutes and 13 seconds. I'll come around that time. You know what I'm saying?
Do you ever like? Okay, hold on. Do you ever have to do like a speed racer round where you're just like, okay, I only have 3 minutes until I have to leave.
Yes.
So I got, and you're able to do it.
Yes. It could be yes, I could be really, really fast. Because look, it's not hard. My hand is better, is more efficient than any vagina I've ever been.
Do you moisturize?
Soft.
I was about to say.
My hands are naturally soft. You can feel my, you know what I'm saying?
Wait,
like,
can I actually?
Yes.
Oh, that's actually.
I don't need lotion.
That's pretty good.
I really don't need lotion.
You don't even need
I don't.
Good for you.
It's callous. Like I never got into weight, like because like I never got into weightlifting like that. That's where I don't have the calluses. It's just like I just always had soft hands. To play football, catch the ball with them. It's like it was easy. It's the soft hands. It just treats my penis well. You know what I'm saying?
It's. Go ahead.
I know I do have some calluses on my hands. It makes it a little challenging to suck a dick nowadays. Because
you gotta hold on.
Yeah, man.
It maybe seems like some kind of dick sucking cow. Like,
right. I guess you all. I mean, you just got to focus more on the oral part.
Right.
It's oral. You can just go no hands with it. Just bobbing for dick.
Ooh, the no hands move. It's I mean, like it hurts your neck after a while, but it's impressive.
Yeah.
But so wait, what about you? Are you a memory person or a porn person?
It depends. If I have time, I'll porn.
Okay.
I like to
how
surf.
Much time does it do?
Time is like 10 minutes because I like to edge. So I'll get like right up to the point where I'm about to come, and then I go no, and then I go right up to the point. No, I'm very good at edging myself, and it's like.
But you do end with the.
Oh yeah, I end with a cum. No, like, that's fucking psychopathic.
Right, bro. I'm like, bro, why would you do that to yourself? I'm like, whoa, what? That's insanity.
No. But like, I like to make like an event of it. Like I dim the lights. Like I'll kick my dog out, and then like, and I only watch porn on my phone. I don't like putting it on my laptop.
Why not?
I feel seen. I feel watched on my laptop.
I don't know, but sometimes that big screen is what you need. Sometimes that big screen, sometimes you just need the full 11-inch just to capture the full
experience.
Beauty.
Yeah, right.
The full experience. It's like some phone is for efficiency, but it's like sometimes I gotta remember to put the lock, the screen lock,
or like right.
Off, so I can get the portrait mode. And then it's like I don't gotta use my because like then you got a computer, you don't gotta use one hand or figure out what to do with the phone. It's just there, and you know what I'm saying?
I'm very efficient though. I'm like I've got good thumb dexterity, so like I know, and I also have like my search terms, but like I like to sort of like surf, and so like I make it like an event. It's like
what kind of
Oh, I'm so ashamed. It's stepdad.
Stepdad.
Hot.
It's
Woof.
It's a lot of stepdad. It's a lot of redneck stepdad.
Oh, okay. So you be watching the story? Do you watch the actual?
I just like, I kind of like it when an older guy seems like a scumbag.
That is hot.
It's really hot.
Yeah.
I also do. Oh, what else? Oh, I'll do Lyft driver.
Oh, okay.
Because like I don't like taxi cab because it always goes really British.
Because look, that is something where like a fantasy where like damn, like if you were Lyft, that makes you almost defensive. It would make you want to drive Lyft.
Do you know? I've had friends who hooked up with their Lyft drivers.
Whoa.
Yeah, and that's what put the thought in my head. Also, stranger.
Stranger. What does that? What does that mean? That's a little vague.
Somebody I don't know. Just.
Oh, it's a stranger.
No, like I mean, like you say stranger, like I thought you meant like category of porn.
Yeah,
like
that's what it is, right?
Somebody you know, but it's like every porn star is a stranger, are they not? I'm confused. I'm confused.
No, that's somebody I don't know.
They don't know each other.
They don't know each other.
But like, okay, but how do they meet then? Like, how do they end up fucking though? Because the pizza guy is a stranger. The driver's a stranger. Like, you just meet some guy and be like,
category, yeah.
hey, and be like, just to meet some guy walking down the street, like, hey, I haven't seen you before. You want to come back to my apartment and fuck? That's what I.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I love how you're just like define the term.
Like I'm just really curious about how like just stranger can turn to fuck. Just like, cause there's so many strangers. There's so many ways.
Like I ran into him in the park and now he's raw dogging me. Like it's you're right. It's too vague. I think I need to create more of a scenario.
Wait, have you ever? This is my shameful porn. When I go into the land of straight porn, one of my favorite series is called Big Sausage Pizza. Have you heard of this?
No.
Have you heard of this? Big Sausage Pizza. And so it's from like the 2000s. It's pretty old. It's because I used to work in a video store and like we had a back room, so I did a lot of the porn ordering. I used to work in porn, so I just know a lot about porn. I'm not a pervert.
Okay.
I just it's part of my
are,
industry
but also
knowledge.
You're a connoisseur.
So there was this straight porn series called Big Sausage Pizza, and it was like just a big dumb guy. And he would show up at this like lady's door and she'd be like, why is the camera? And he'd be like, oh, because we're filming a training video. And then he'd bring like the pizza box inside and sit down. And there'd be like a hard cut because that's when they would put like the guys. And then he'd be like, let's open up the pizza box. And then his dick was there. And she'd go, oh, what a big sausage. It was like there were like 30 of these movies with like 18 scenes apiece. And it was always the same thing. Oh, there's a sausage on this piece. It was always the same.
And that's the one you like?
Yeah, that's the one I like because then she would suck his dick but his dick was surrounded by an entire pizza. And I don't know, but for some reason I thought that was so hot.
You're just like, and afterwards she can eat.
Yeah.
Okay, that's your shame point. You know, I think for me the shame of that is how cheesy it is.
Wow, no pun intended. Oh shit.
All right, you're not gonna get a rise out of me with that. I'm sorry.
Oh man. Yeah, you wonder how much of the pizzas you actually want to eat. Finish it off.
I mean, you're eating the dick. You might as well eat. You already
eat a little
touched
bit
the
of
dick.
pizza as well.
I love how much you think about the external circumstances of a porn. I'm a stranger. You're just like, but how did they meet?
I am very concerned with this. I'm like, it's like, why? Because like, why are you fucking? That's, you know what I mean. Like, my thing is like, I think my guilty thing is hentai.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, I watch cartoons. Yeah,
okay.
And I like this. I like the captions, and then like to go like you're corrupt. And sometimes it'll be real fucked up because it'll be brothers and sisters.
What?
It's like just total incest, or it's like a teacher with a 13-year-old
Oh
kid.
shit!
It's really fucked up, but it's so graphic. And then they show you get the in hentai. Sometimes you'll see the vagina in like the penis inside of the vagina, like and see it. Like they'll have like it's like a camera inside of the vagina,
like a cross section kind of.
Like it's like so you can see.
Are you looking this up?
You're looking up hentai. Like and then it's like they'll just be talking and be like, oh, you're filling me up. Oh, you're really you want I want you to fill me up with your cum, and it's like they're saying things that I don't know. I've never heard anybody say in actual real porn, but it's like oh, you're throbbing inside of me. Can you feel? You're corrupting me, and they're saying all sorts of crazy shit.
Corrupting, hot. All right,
Mhm.
already hot.
Yeah, Catholic. That's hot. I like.
Yeah.
That.
I'm so perverted. I'm so perverted.
But wait, does the squid come? Does the tentacles come?
Tentacles.
Because in hentai,
Right, that's what I relate to hentai is is that it's tentacle porn, right?
Tentacle
is
that
people with tentacles?
Oh shit!
They're fucking each other with
Now you're making me want to do more exploring.
there's a
How
big
is wrong
world of
with the
hentai
human
now.
hentai? There's plenty of human hentai.
wait, how old were you when you first started exploring? What was your early masturbation life?
So I mean, well, like early, like the first time I ever explored was 5th grade. You know, I mean, it was started, shortly after watching WWE Scene the Divas, and then started the YouTube girls making out lesbians. That's always my thing. That's my bread and butter. Lesbians, lesbians are my bread and butter. Always have been. You know what I mean? And then eventually it got to a point where I was like 13, and I saw a video where I started to have them take more clothes off. And then they started like grinding their pussies together. That is my favorite shit to this day.
But that's how you know those are real lesbians.
What do you mean those aren't real lesbians?
No, I don't know how many lesbians actually scissor.
Don't they? I
Yeah.
mean,
I
know
know we
lesbians
did it
that-
once. The one time I had sex with a woman, we scissored, and I was like, "Is this?" And she was like, "I don't know. No, not really."
Because look, I mean, that's just because you're not lesbian enough. Because the
lesbian
professional
enough.
lesbians, they do. Because look, I mean, I know there's sometimes where you can
What would
Professional
come in
lesbian.
handy right now is a lesbian.
I know. I was like,
Because look, I do know people that have done it. I do know
Okay,
lesbians
okay.
that like actual people who have done it. They can grind because like there has to be a certain positioning to make it like
Yeah,
actually
well, and
good.
wet.
But yeah, and it has to be wet, but it's like that. And like these professionals, they know it. Like you gotta watch them with the real adept, like senseis. You gotta watch Angela White. You gotta watch Mia Malkova. Danny Daniels. She is an absolute professional.
I've
Danny
never
Daniels,
known a porn star's name.
Celeste Star. You never know. Oh
No?
man, I know so many names.
Same.
I know because I have them saved. You got to go on Lesbify. They got all the types of them. Lesbify. That got all the ones. You just type and put our name in. They'll have like dozens and dozens of videos of the same people. Gina Valentino, Veruca James is really good.
Veruca James is very much a porn star name.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they got some real good ones. But yeah, so like I just started watching them, started grinding. I was like, damn, that feels really good. That looks really sexy. And then I just started like, oh, this feels kind of good to go along with this. This is a good accompaniment to these pussies grinding together. And then it's just like, and then I just kept going. And then I'm like, oh shit. And I came. So I'm like, all right, that's what I started to come to. Just watching girls, lesbians do that. And then it's like,
I think this dates me. My first come was just looking at a picture.
Wow.
Just looked at a picture of a girl looking at a dick. It wasn't even in her mouth.
What?
It was just in front of her. And she was like,
yeah, I wish I could do more memory to just looking at something simple like that. But it's I started coming from porn, and it's like I just never nothing. Just a memory just isn't enough. I need the real thing. Like if I want to fuck somebody, if I'm not gonna masturbate, I'd rather just call. Like if I'm single, I'll be like, all right, hit you up and see if you want to.
Yeah, you want what? Yeah, where'd you start?
Where did I start?
Yeah.
I think I started with no porn. And just sort of a sensory thing. I was just humping a pillow, and I was like, I had to be like 11 or probably 11 because I didn't come. Like, I mean, I had an orgasm, but nothing came out. And I thought I broke. I've talked about this in the pod. I thought I broke my dick because like I started jerking off before I had like a nocturnal emission and before I like could make real cum.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a pillow. It was a soft satin pillow.
So wait, would you actually like feel? Do you remember feeling the same as you felt like now? Like when you come, like back then, it was like even though nothing came out, did it feel like
it felt incredible? It felt out of control. I didn't know what it was though. I didn't know what was happening.
Whenever you first come, you feel like you invented it.
Yeah.
I definitely the first time I used to, when I was like 8, I used to use a vibrating shower head, like very young, and I would never come, but it would just get to a point where it would hurt, and I'd be like, okay, no fun anymore. And so it stopped. But the first time I ever like K was just looking at a picture. I was on the arm of a sofa at my mom's house, and I was just humping.
And how old?
I was 13. Humping, came, went, like it was just like I did it. And then I remember that was just all I cared about for like 6 months. Like we had like a porn thing when I was watching porn with like friends, and we're like, oh, this is super funny. And I was like, this is hilarious. I gotta go to the bathroom though, real quick. And then I went to the bathroom and I had nothing except the tub, the part of the tub where is the tub, and that hurt because it isn't flexing because there's no softness there. But I was just like, I have to.
Oh my God.
I think I bruised my clitoris.
Oh God.
It was purple.
Wow.
Purple. That's never a thing for a white person. Know you were fucked up. Nothing. You tell me a black woman told me it was purple. And it's like that in all the time.
No. It was straight up purple because because it was like gonna happen.
I have a similar but not similar stories. I was like 14 years old and I was in Chile hanging out with my cousin and my cousin's friends, and we found some porno magazines in the woods. Something like one of those like random things that happened in the 90s when you were a teenager. You just found a bunch of porno magazines. We went back to this house and we're all like in the room flipping through the porno magazines. Nobody took their dick out. It was not like that kind of situation at all.
Yeah.
But like I managed just by like flipping through the pages and just flexing, just not touching myself at all, but just flexing against my jeans. And I eventually came. It took me like 25 minutes, but
that's
powerful.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah. I'm proud that I could do
impressed.
that. Yeah. Hands free.
Very interesting. I think I've come close to doing it because sometimes friction is just like it's very palpable, and it gets but like I don't know, to make it come from it, that takes real determination.
Yeah, seriously.
It's like you're just like you. Yeah, you just had to. It just had to happen.
I had a friend who was reading a book on a plane once, and we were like younger. She was like a teenager, and she could make herself come from crossing her legs. And so she was reading on this plane, and she's like doing it in between two people on a plane. And then all of a sudden, this person next to her just goes, "Oh, really good book, huh?"
So I wonder, like, that makes me wonder if, like, if she would have had any idea. And she couldn't have. She was just probably like, oh wow.
No, she's literally just sitting there like this.
Did she like make a noise? She had to make a noise.
I think she was probably breathing. I don't know. She didn't walk me through it.
She was like, just reading the book and like,
no, do you ever do that where you have to like try and muffle the sound because people are near you?
Yes.
Yeah, and so you're just like
what do you
don't know. So wait, how often in what situation are you coming with people around you though?
Whenever I go home to visit my family, I will inevitably masturbate. I think it's being in the place where it all began that makes me want to jerk off, but I always jerk off when I'm at home and I always do it very quietly.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah, and I have roommates, so like I can never, unless nobody's home, I have to have a quiet orgasm, but I feel
see, I don't think you have to at all. I used to beat off with the door open, and I had roommates. Because I'm like, it made me feel less ashamed about the fact that I was beating my dick. I'm like, yo, look, if you see it, you guys see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would beat off with the door open, and if you see my dick, you see my dick. But it's like, I'm not gonna have any shame about masturbating in this college suite.
You're like, I refuse to be shamed.
Yeah, it was in a college suite style dorm. I'm like, yeah, I'll just leave the door wide open. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. If anything, it's just like
it's
you
an open door policy.
That's great. I am masturbating. I'm not ashamed.
I refuse to bow to societal shame.
Yeah, precisely.
I'm here to jerk off, and it's self-love.
And if they close the door for me, I'm like, all right, that's fine. But it's like, look, I don't care. Keep it open.
Did you ever have somebody close the door for you?
Yes. I'm like, all right, Mike, come on, man. I'm like, I got to make sure and then I would have other friends. We'd have a lot of friends visit us because we had the biggest room and be like, yo, make sure, was Beavers beating off in there? I want to make sure before I come through. And be like,
Beavers beating off in there. You gotta get a t-shirt.
Beating off in there. Because it's like, I don't know, man. I really thought I would get a lot more. Like, it took me a while to start getting like the amount of pussy that I thought I was gonna get. So it was a lot of beating off. I thought that when I went to college, I was just gonna immediately the pussy intake was just gonna immediately gonna rise, and then like, but it didn't. So I'm like, all right, damn, I'm still beating off. So I'm like, all right. So I mean, look, I'm at least I'm just fuck around and just do it in front of everybody, you know, or at least make it available for everybody to see. Because then it's like at that point, you know, I'm not gonna feel sad. I'm not gonna feel depressed about the fact that I'm beating off. You know what I mean?
Because you felt as if you were hiding it if you closed the door.
Exactly, I'm hiding, right? You know, I'm like, yeah. So
my neighbor is my coworker, and I come quietly when I know he's home.
Oh,
wow. And we don't even live in the same apartment.
Right.
Just my neighbor.
Now it's different with like my family. I'm not gonna do good for that. But like I think I have been I think I have been caught, like not caught, but like I think that I've been found out. Because I remember recently when I've been home working from home, one day I work in like a dining room. That's where the table is. And then one random day, I might have been beating off, and I don't know if they heard it, but like one random day, I just had a box of tissue sew up on the table. And I was like, I don't know if like they heard, it was like, or if anything happened, if maybe they found a dry cum tissue or something. But like, I don't know what happened, but they just randomly put a box of tissues in there. And I'm like, all right, well, I appreciate it. These are going to go to good use.
Yeah. That's honestly such sex positivity parenting.
It is.
It's really sex positive parenting.
I got a sister as well who I remember we had to put the microwave in the dining room because it would stop working in the kitchen. Oh, yeah. And that's why I usually would do my homework and stuff. And eventually, you know, take breaks to beat off, like anybody does, like any normal, reasonable, rational human being. Take a break to beat off.
Yeah.
And then one day, I was definitely in the middle of it, pants down, just whacking it. And she came in to warm something up in the microwave. And I'm like, and I was like, oh shit, she's right there. And then she was really quick. She put it in and then went out. And I didn't even turn it off. I was just like, all right. I mean, I might pause for a little bit for her to eventually get it off, but then my sister's just so low key, like she never even addressed it with me.
She never
even questioned it. Like, yeah. It almost bothers me how she doesn't want to know about these things. She's younger. Usually, younger sister and siblings are supposed to be nosy. They're supposed to be nosy and want to be like, or be in your business or threaten to expose you. But she just never said anything. Never said anything. And I'm like, yo, I know you definitely saw me with my dick out.
Oh God.
How do you keep that to yourself and you just never say anything about it?
Would you bring it up if you came into your sister beating off, if she was like DJ Diddles, like
a DJ Diddles?
You know?
See, I mean, I would want to, but the fact that she didn't do it to me makes me feel like, all right.
Wait, well, what would you say? Would you be like checking off in there?
I mean, like, oh, I mean, is this private time? I would be something.
Okay.
I'll try to use
you
a
would be
euphemism.
cordial. Yeah.
Euphemistic term and just be like, oh, there's an individual, happy time for yourself. Should I come back later or or something like that? Just to be like, but like I wouldn't really try to make her feel bad or be like, hey, you're beating off. I'm like, no, I'm not.
I would do that to my sister and be like, you're jerking. My sister, oh my God. I remember once we were in the car and my sister was trying to like get my mom to call me out for some shit. And she was just like, Rachel masturbates in the shower. And my mom literally went, I don't care if Rachel masturbates. And I was just like, can we please not talk about I was like 13.
13. And how old was your sister, by the way?
15.
She's too old as you. Okay.
Yeah, she's 2 years older than me. But my sister always just likes to embarrass me.
That's so funny.
I know. I'm just like,
they only not fucking in the shower. Like your mom was like, what?
Yeah, exactly. I'm 13. Let me jerk off. I remember the first times I ever was caught. The first time was my sister, and the second time was my mom. And it's because when I was younger, I didn't know how to use my hands.
Okay.
So it was a lot of like humping, and it was a lot of like shower. But my mom had a vibrator that had attachments, and I stole one of the attachments and I just kept it in my room. So because I wasn't disgusting, whenever I wanted to jerk off, I would use my mom's vibrator, but I'd have my own attachment. And
she just noticed it was gone one day.
Yeah. And I think she just didn't bring it up. She was just like, it wasn't my favorite one.
It wasn't your favorite.
No, I mean, she never brought it up, but I could only assume because I know my mom, and I know that if it was her favorite one, she'd be like, honey, I'm so happy that you're exploring your body. But could we trade? Could you use a different one? But yeah, like one time my sister did, and she literally just closed the door. When the time my mom did, she opened the door, closed the door again, and then opened it again. She's just like, I just need to get something. And I was like, Mom, no. And so she waited the extra like 4 or 5 minutes.
Mom, no. Classic. Oh.
Yeah, right. And I remember early days. This is the thing. I don't know if it happens for guys, but like early days masturbating, I would pee. Like the release of orgasm would mean that I peed. I would pee on the floor. I peed on the floor like twice, but it came out like pee.
I've had that happen before. Like I with some of the women, like I think I was on the bottom. I was on the bottom and I was going upward, and then I think I just hit the G spot, and then it was just a monsoon all over. Like I've just seen squirt before, but it was just usually just a little spritz. But she just straight up
it's a release.
It was just a full flood. I was like, God damn, I was soaked. And I was
I guess when you guys come, the cum is the part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's always different. Like it's never like it's never like we pee and cum is totally different for us.
Right.
But like for squirt, like I've said it, like it's just like very similar.
I have only very recently squirted, and it was. Do I care about it? No.
From yourself?
No.
Oh, you came from. Oh, wow. Yeah, a lot of times.
And I was on top, he was on the bottom, and I didn't care.
Oh.
It wasn't like incredible, but I was just like, oh, that's neat. Like I was more like proud of myself.
So it wasn't so like squirting isn't necessarily like an orgasm all the time.
Nah.
It's just like, right.
It's just chill.
Fascinating.
I have noticed that because I swear, like it wasn't like
the more you know.
Like sometimes I will notice, like I have one woman who like she would get to the point where she was about to come, and then it would just like, and then squirt would come out. It was like so it did equate to it. But like there's other times where like women is like I definitely was not an orgasm. It was just like, oh, you're gonna make me squirt, and it was like. But I know it wasn't an orgasm because your body didn't change at all. Like you didn't tell me, oh, I'm gonna like no, it was just like it just happened in the middle of this shit.
I always, for some reason, I think of squirt. I think of like when you like have to spray your cat to get him off of things.
Spray your pussy.
Yeah.
Pussy spray.
Okay.
Where have you ever gotten caught jerking off?
Have I? Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and my mom caught me once. She just shut the door and laughed.
I respect that.
She just laughed and laughed.
Did she question how were you doing it to anything, or was it to?
Oh gosh, I mean, it was. I was like an adult already. Like I was like an adult visit. So I was in my 20s or 30s.
Oh shit!
Yeah. So it's probably on my phone.
It was on your phone. Okay, and you're there, and then she laughed.
Yeah,
Very interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, because I think about it, like, have anybody? I mean, like the time my parents caught me like watching. They found my porn history when I was like 10. And then they were like, "Oh, you can't do this." And then I remember another time I was doing it again, and I just straight up deleted it. And my mom was like, "Oh, word, so you're just gonna delete your porn history because we check it now?"
Oh.
And I was like, "No, I just did it by accident." And I really somehow got my dad was like, our parents are like two opposites. Because my mom was like, she's more real. She's more of a realist. My dad's more of an optimist. So like, he chose to believe me when I said like, "Oh yeah, I didn't mean to do it. I didn't have any porn on there." And then he like really. She's looking at him crazy, like really. We just caught him watching porn, and now the porn history is deleted. And you think he wasn't watching that shit again? And I was like, "Yeah, I believe him." I was like, "Wow, that's crazy." Like, I definitely was watching porn again. I don't know how. You really let me off the hook.
I feel like no, your dad's definitely giving you. Yeah, he's letting you off the hook. He's like, you know what?
Absolutely.
I'm sure you did. You didn't. No.
I was wondering, have you ever been like wanted to fuck someone and then you didn't, but you felt like you had to masturbate because you were just so horny?
Yes, for sure. For me, I don't like having sex on my period. It's just a thing. I really don't like it. Everyone like, I don't even I don't even care. Like, I'll just put a towel down. It's like, yeah, I care. So, but like, I'll like be making out with somebody when I'm on my period, and then I will still be like, nah, it's not happening, but I will go home. And I have a Hitachi wand. Have you guys ever seen those?
No.
They're the size of a baby's arm.
Oh.
And it like.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah. And that I over the jeans it. Also because I don't want to get blood on it.
Oh.
So I over the jeans with my Hitachi wand. After making out with somebody. And that's usually because I'm on my period.
One thing I've definitely tried, like it's difficult because there's times where like I got into using Viagra at one point, or not, well, like generic Viagra, sildenafil.
Oh yeah,
and like because like but the thing about that is like sometimes you use it, you're never entirely sure that it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? So it's like sometimes you just use it and then beating off is so hard. It's just so hard to come because you got this Viagra dick and you're just like, man, god damn it. It's like to make yourself, it's like. So yeah, I mean, but so when it's just, but you feel like
I feel like I'm learning more things.
Yeah, I'm learning too because I've only used Viagra once in New Orleans in 2007 for an orgy.
Damn. Okay. Valid. You know?
And then,
but it was like that. Yeah, it was it's a different kind of hard because it just is hard. So it's somewhat unrelated to how close you are, or if you're gonna,
or if you're actually like, stimulated.
Yeah, or if you, because like that's the thing, I would do it with people like that I didn't really want to necessarily do it with. Or like my body, if I didn't have it, I might not even stayed or gotten or stayed hard. But with it, I'm like, because I want to fuck. So I'm like,
this is like obligation fuck. Yes. You're just like, the precedence
gotta give this dick away.
Yeah,
I gotta give. Exactly. Why are you giving this dick away? Stop giving away that dick.
See, and that's largely what I've done. But at the time, I had that phase where like I needed to give it. Anybody could get. Anybody needed to get it.
How old were you when you lost your virginity?
17.
Okay, and then how long was your hoe era after that?
Well, I mean, I had different phases. Well, like I had one, 19, then another one at like 21, 22, and then another one when I moved to Philly from like 24 to 26. Yeah. And then I 26 is like after when I started to stop, and
you're slowing down your hoe era.
Yes, I've slowed down. Yes. So
when was your hoe era?
When isn't my hoe era?
Yes,
it's been constant. It's been throughout. I'm also gay, so I think it works on a different scale because. I think like I'm even like a gay incel, even though like I get plenty of dick. It's just because like I don't get all the dick that I want.
You're just like not like dick on a daily.
Yeah, you feel guilty. You feel so slutty though when you do like that.
I had a 2 for once.
Oh,
a 2 in a day.
Wow.
And I remember it was with somebody. The first guy was somebody that I was friends with. And I remember I was like, hey, I gotta head out. And he was just like, oh, what, you don't want to like hang out for a little bit? And I was like, nah, gonna go fuck somebody else. And he was just like, oh, solid. And like pounded me out. And I I don't like this.
Wow, you straight up told him. That's crazy.
Well, honesty is the best policy.
Fuck somebody else. Like, I'll just stop one. Just like I gotta, you're the first Aaron. I gotta
Yeah,
Another
right.
era.
Exactly. You know,
Stop.
that's why condoms are useful. Because
Uh-huh.
I was just like, don't worry. And he was just like, proud of you. But yeah, to be fair,
Yeah.
I had a hoe era from end of college until I started dating. Then I had 3 years where I only had sex with 3 people because I was in relationships.
Wow.
And then I had a brief hoe era before I entered this one. So hoe eras and
Oh, it's
masturbation.
necessary. It's absolutely necessary, to get, to release that tension and just like, sometimes you need just the validation a little bit.
But
Yeah.
sometimes I feel like when I have sex more, I have to masturbate more. Whereas I have sex less, I don't have to masturbate as much.
Interesting.
Really?
It's because my thought's not there.
Huh.
I'm concentrating on other things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely, like, good sex will make you horny.
Yes.
Like, I'll go home and masturbate after really good sex because I'm like, wow, that was really good sex. I have to jerk off about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
I guess we're dating. We're dating now.
We're dating.
All right, cool. Do you have anything you want to plug?
I got a show April 5th. We're talking wrestling.
I don't think this is gonna be out.
Yeah, we'll be out then.
Oh, won't be out then?
No.
Oh shit. Okay.
We're talking I think end of April. Anything coming up end of April?
April 26th. So I don't even know all the details of that yet because it's just really all I know is that it's so let's see, Mother's Day. I got a show. Your Mom is Funny. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Nice. You're doing Your Mom's Funny. That's a great show.
I did that last year. Me and my mom won.
Hell yeah.
To try and defend the title.
Light flex.
And then what else? I'm on May 18th, D Smith, May 19th, Fat Lady Brewing. I don't know. Nobody's gonna remember this.
Well, where can people find you online?
Oh yeah.
Instagram, Leave It to Beavers. If you just type that in, it got some underscores and periods in there, but if you just type in Leave It to Beavers on Instagram, it's there. I got a link tree there. I got a couple videos. I got, just a couple links to shows. So everything's there.
All right.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
thanks
man,
so
this
much.
was dope. I had a lot of fun.
Educational.
A lot of fun. Indeed.
All right, we're dating. Bye.
You know what is an amazing idea, Rachel?
What's an amazing idea?
Liking and subscribing
Oh my God, you're very, very right.
to us.
To us at we.r.datingpod on Instagram, and you can find us under that on YouTube as well.
That's right. That's we.r.datingpod, and that's the letter R.
Yeah, that was my bad.
You'll figure it out.
Hey, how you doing? This is Neil Wood, one of the co-owners of Drop 10 Media Network and who helps run Biggest Little Comedy. You can check out all the other stuff we do at drop10.com. We've got podcasts, live comedy shows, and so much more. Go over there, support your favorite podcasts, follow them, subscribe. We appreciate it. Again, we're 100% DIY, just a bunch of creatives trying to make it in this, and give us some feedback. We always enjoy a little feedback. Thanks.
This has been a Drop Tent Media production.